Eleanor of Aquitaine, a name synonymous with power, ambition, and intrigue, remains one of the most compelling and influential figures of the Middle Ages, arguably the most powerful woman of her era. Born around 1122 in Poitiers, Aquitaine, her early life was steeped in privilege and shaped by the vibrant, cultured court of her father, William X, Duke of Aquitaine and Count of Poitou. Aquitaine, a vast and prosperous territory encompassing much of southwestern France, was renowned for its wealth, its flourishing arts, and its relative autonomy from the direct control of the French monarchy. William X, a patron of troubadours and literature, ensured Eleanor received an education unusual for women of the time, immersing her in the chivalric romances and courtly love traditions that would profoundly influence her later life. Her mother, Eleanor de Châtellerault, instilled in her a sense of political acumen and strategic thinking, though sadly, Eleanor died when Eleanor was still quite young. Eleanor inherited not only her father's vast lands, but also his intellectual curiosity and his understanding of the intricate political landscape of France. The sudden death of William X in 1137, while attending a tournament, dramatically altered Eleanor's life and thrust her into the center of a succession crisis. As the sole heir, Eleanor, at just 15 years old, became Duchess of Aquitaine and Countess of Poitou, making her the most eligible and powerful heiress in Europe. King Louis VI of France, recognizing the strategic importance of Aquitaine, swiftly arranged Eleanor's marriage to his son, Louis VI, effectively incorporating Aquitaine into the French kingdom. The marriage, initially presented as a political alliance, became a source of both opportunity and frustration for Eleanor. Eleanor brought the vibrant court culture of Aquitaine to the more austere and religiously inclined court of Louis VII in Paris. She introduced new fashions, new entertainments, and a renewed emphasis on courtly love poetry, influencing the tastes of the French court. However, Louis VII, a pious and reserved man, struggled to understand and appreciate Eleanor's independent spirit and her worldly ambitions. The royal couple embarked on the Second Crusade in 1147, a decision largely influenced by Eleanor's desire to demonstrate her piety and gain political recognition. Eleanor's active participation in the crusade, including commanding troops and interacting with foreign dignitaries, further alienated Louis and fueled rumors of her involvement with other men. Rumors of Eleanor's flirtations with her uncle, Raymond of Poitiers, Prince of Antioch, and potentially others, persistently circulated throughout the Crusader territories. The crusade ultimately proved a failure, and the couple returned to France burdened by disappointment and growing animosity. The marriage of Eleanor and Louis VII, which had initially seemed promising, increasingly deteriorated into a source of conflict and dissatisfaction. After nearly 15 years of marriage and without a male heir, Louis VII sought an annulment, citing Eleanor's failure to produce a male heir, and, more damagingly, rumors of consanguinity, a close family relationship. Eleanor, fiercely independent and unwilling to be a pawn in Louis's political maneuvers, fought the annulment with all her resources and influence. The case was ultimately decided by Pope Eugene III, who granted the annulment in 1152 on the grounds of consanguinity, allowing both parties to remarry. The annulment was a politically astute move for Louis, as it freed him from the powerful and increasingly troublesome Eleanor, but it also created a power vacuum that needed to be filled. Eleanor, now free to remarry, quickly set her sights on Henry Plantagenet, the ambitious and powerful Duke of Normandy and heir to the English throne. Their marriage, in 1154, orchestrated with remarkable speed and political maneuvering, dramatically altered the balance of power in Europe. Henry, later known as Henry II, inherited not only Normandy, but also Eleanor's vast Aquitaine, creating a vast and powerful Angevin empire spanning from Scotland to the Pyrenees. Eleanor became Queen of England, a title that brought her both prestige and new challenges. Their relationship was initially passionate and fruitful, producing 8 children, including the future kings Richard the Lionheart and John. However, the marriage eventually soured, fueled by Henry's numerous infidelities and Eleanor's increasing sense of frustration and resentment. Eleanor actively supported her sons, particularly Richard and John, in their struggles against Henry II, contributing to a period of intense political turmoil known as the Revolt of the Sons. In 1173, Eleanor was captured by Henry II and imprisoned for nearly 15 years, effectively neutralizing her political influence. Despite her imprisonment, Eleanor remained a symbol of defiance and a source of inspiration for those who opposed Henry's rule. Upon Henry VI's death in 1189, Richard the Lionheart ascended the throne and immediately released his mother from captivity. Eleanor, now in her late 60s, once again wielded considerable political influence, acting as regent for Richard during his absence on the Third Crusade. She skillfully navigated the complex political landscape of Europe, securing alliances and defending Richard's kingdom against foreign threats. Upon Richard's death in 1199, Eleanor supported her youngest son, John, in his claim to the throne, despite his unpopularity. Eleanor spent her remaining years advising John, but his disastrous reign and the loss of much of the Angevin Empire diminished her influence. She undertook numerous diplomatic missions for John, traveling extensively throughout Europe to secure support for his rule. Eleanor of Aquitaine died in 1204 at the Abbey of Fontevraud, at the remarkable age of 82, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most remarkable and powerful women of the Middle Ages. Her life was a tapestry of ambition, romance, political intrigue, and extraordinary resilience, shaping the course of European history. Eleanor's patronage of the arts and her courtly culture profoundly influenced the development of literature and the flourishing of chivalric ideals. Her impact extended beyond her own reign, inspiring generations of women to challenge societal expectations and pursue their own ambitions. Eleanor's story continues to fascinate and inspire, a testament to the enduring power of one extraordinary woman. The legend of Eleanor of Aquitaine remains, a shimmering echo across the centuries.